if you're interested in getting the emails, from us and from Kirsten about different things, like this bill, please sign up for our email list. You can do that at the table up there. And also, we're very active on Facebook. Over the last year, we've actually, done more outreach and we have more of a engagement, I guess, if you will, with Facebook. It's Totally Engaged Americans is what you look up. So just check that out, like us and follow us. And, we try to keep, we mostly just forward other articles, but we'll forward things about this meeting. We'll forward stuff federally from the state, sometimes Lorraine. So we try to keep it balanced there, but please follow us on Facebook if you'd like. The next speakers we'll have are for the State Central Committee. And again, for members and people who have been here, we kind of have an idea what the State Central Committee is. Just for a review, each party, the Ohio Democrat Party, the State Democrat Party, and the State Republican Party have members. They have committee chairs or committee people. And there's one male and one female from each Senate district. So essentially, in Lorain County, our state senator is all of Lorain and all of Huron. That's the coverage. Therefore, in all of Lorain and all of Huron, we have one male, and who is Dave Moore. By the way, he was elected last year for his first term, and he is running again unopposed in the second term. So Dave is one member, and the current female member is actually leaving. Joyce Howe was her name. Maybe you remember her from the previous ballots. Well, she's leaving, so there are 3 candidates. I don't have Ms. Cox's first name off the top of my head, but there are 3 candidates. Diane, thank you. Yeah, Diane Cox is running, and then so is Kirsten, and so is Patty Stein. So we'll have them talk briefly about what they see their role is as a member of the Ohio, the statewide Republican Party. So Patty, please. Thank you.
Thanks for the invitation. I'm Patty Stein, married to Dick, who's our state representative for District 57. We have 2 married sons, 7 grandchildren, and 1 more later this summer. And we've owned Stein Photography for over 40 years, and recently we've sold that business, and while we maintain our wholesale printing business. So we still do that, and then I also do all the payroll functions for our son's business. They have like 45 employees, so I do all the payroll for that. And over the past several years, I've had the opportunity to attend events with Dick throughout the district. And I've had the privilege to listen to and talk to a lot of the people in the area. And so with their encouragement, and also with Joyce's encouragement, I have decided to run for the State Central Committee person. And Joyce will be leaving in the spring, and there's only a primary vote, so you're either in or you're out in May. So that's, we don't have to go through the summer. But I've been a Republican my whole life. I believe in smaller government, local government. I believe in the sanctity of life, balanced budget, all the things that we as conservatives believe in. And I would strive to keep that concept going. And as the Central Committee person, I would be a liaison between the state committees and the local committees. And my understanding is they meet 4 times a year, and I'm sure there's some times in between that they do meet. But I would be the liaison between the 2, and I would take information back and forth so the right hand knows what the left hand is doing. And if you have information that you want to be brought to Columbus, I would do that. Or information from Columbus to the local governments, that will come back to you also. And I would be one of 66 people, because it's the Senate district. So I have 2 opponents from Lorain County, and I don't know either one personally, but I'm sure either would do a fine job. But right now we have a state senator from Lorain County, we have 2 representatives, not including Dick, from Lorain County, and then David Moore, who is also from Lorain County. And it just makes good governmental sense that we would have somebody from Huron County to be the voice for Huron County. And that way it makes the district well-rounded, and I just ask for your support in May, and hopefully I will do a good job. So I have, that's my time.
That's fine, yeah.
So that allows for his extra time. And it's not an office that a lot of people are that aware of. And
Yeah, I think mostly maybe people are familiar with Matt Borges and Jane Timken. I mean, when that little conflict happened
Right.
in 2016, that kind of perked people's ears up, whose ears were already tuned to that. You're right. This is not a position that is.
And my understanding is people are happy with Jane that she's done a good job.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if I'm allowed to throw in a little background or color to this, not related necessarily to her or anybody, just to what I see happening in Columbus. We were both at the State of the State last Tuesday to listen to the governor, and I don't know if any of you heard any of his conversation, but he left no doubts that his aspirations for another presidential run are in the works. And that will only happen, in my opinion, is the only way that will happen is to get the backing from the state level, from the ORP, and some have described it as Borges 2.0. She won by one vote. Now I hope with the fact that she has, I think, done a great job. There's a lot of support for her in Columbus. Hopefully some of those folks that didn't support her last go around will. But my understanding is the other side, the Borges camp, has roughly 15 folks around the state in seats that they're trying to change the balance of power to get folks from their position into that seat. And so it is important that we try to protect the openness of the process and not let these folks in these 15 seats somehow manipulate Columbus and ultimately have the possibility of removing Jane, not because they think she did or didn't do a good job, but just because one faction or another happens to take control. So to me, these races are all important, but when you have 15 seats that you're trying to basically create a takeover situation for, it is even more important that, and again, it's difficult. It's a non-paid, very difficult to raise funds and money to go out and campaign for a seat that has no income potential. Not that it's about money, but it is a reality that, I'm afraid the other side, because of the importance of trying to get Kasich on the presidential side, there will be third-party PACs that are going to support alternate candidates to see that happen. So, all right, sorry. I used up her time and my time. I'm going to leave now. Okay, goodbye. All right, well.
We need some people on the inside baseball, right, to kind of understand how the sausage.
And I can have a little inside information.
Excellent. Okay.
All right.
Okay, thank you, Bill. Thank you.